to write the title to our song, Happy. But before we write our title, we always start to think about letters, and we start to think about the sounds that letters make. So let's get letters in our heads by singing the alphabet together. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? And we sing one more song about the sounds that letters make. All right, will you guys help me sing this one? Because this is one everybody knows. Ready? Hunter's name begins with H, begins with H, begins with H. Hunter's name begins with H. Ha, 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 ha. Jack's name begins with J, begins with J, begins with J. Jack's name begins with J. Ja, 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 ja. Daniel's name begins with D, begins with D, begins with D. Daniel's name begins with D. Da, 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 da. Alex's name begins with A, begins with A, begins with A. Alex's name begins with A. Elijah's name begins with E, begins with E, begins with E. Elijah's name begins with E. Jacob's name begins with J, begins with J, begins with J. Jacob's name begins with J. Ja, 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 ja. Julian's name begins with J, begins with J, begins with J. Julian's name begins with J. Ja, 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 ja. Awesome! Now we've got letters and their sounds in our head. So let's think about those while we think about how to write happy. What's the first sound we hear in happy?
H.
H. Excellent. And Charlie, do you think this H is going to be uppercase or lowercase?
Since it's the beginning of the word, it's uppercase.
That's right. The first letter in a title is always capitalized. Awesome. All right, let's listen for our second sound. Ha,
Equals A.
A says a. And will this be uppercase or lowercase?
This would be lowercase because it's the second letter in the word.
Exactly. Ha,
P.
P says p. Awesome. And this will be lowercase also because it's not our first letter. And in the word happy, there are actually two P's. And our last sound, happy.
E?
It sounds like an E, doesn't it? Sometimes E says E. In the word happy, it's not E. Can you think of any other letters that sometimes make the E sound?
I?
Sometimes I makes the E sound. You're right. And in the word happy, it's not an I.
Then it must be a Y.
It must be a Y. Very good. And it's going to be lowercase because it's not our first letter. Happy. That's a good word to know. Happy is how we say it in sign language. And you guys all have a worksheet at home in your take-home folders that says happy. I'd love you to work on your beautiful handwriting and please write your name at the top. And you can save these to share with me when we get back to school. All right. Thanks, guys.